Today we are going to discuss about the theming of Ionic applications and how to use icons, inputs and buttons. So when it comes to the theming, so Ionic framework by default provides some colors which are predefined inside the variable.scss file. Okay, so here in your code, so here inside your code, you could go to the theme and variable.scss file. Here you can find the default colors which are already defined inside the Ionic framework. Okay, so you can see here like there are some predefined colors here like primary, secondary, ternary and all. So when you use this name, when you use the name primary, by default you will be applying the blue color. So you can give some color to some header, you can give some color to some text or some button directly with the help of this theme and all. So these are already predefined themes here like primary, secondary, ternary, success, warning, danger, dark and medium light. Okay, so here suppose now in our code we have some home page here. So inside the home page we have some header. So now if you see here by default the header background color is white color. So now I want to change the color of the header. So when I want to change the color of the header, simply what I can do is I can use some attribute color here, and then so whatever the theme colors are there which are predefined, you can use that theme colors here. So I'll try to use the color as primary here. So when I try to use the color as primary, now see here. So now my header is displaying in the blue color. Okay. Suppose in the same way, if you want to use some different theme color here, you want to change the theme color. So I want to use some danger here. So when I change the color to danger, so now see here, the header will be displayed in the red color. So whatever the theme colors are there, which are already defined inside your variables.scss file, you can use those theme colors directly here. Okay, you can use the theme colors directly here and all. Okay, so if you want to use some black color for the header, just use the color as dark here. When you use the color dark here, directly the header will display in the black color here. Okay, so in this way you can use the predefined themes which are there in the Ionic framework. Okay, so now what I want to do is here, these are already predefined themes and all. These are already predefined themes here. So now what I want to do is I want to define my own theme color here. I want to define my own theme color, or else see here now there is some primary color here. The primary color is by default it is blue color. I want to change the primary color. So when I want to change the primary color here, simply what I can do is I can go to the color generator. I can go to the color generator here, and whatever the primary color is there inside this primary color, I can change this one. So by default the primary color is blue here. I can change this primary color to some other thing. So I can change some color here. Maybe I can change it to some green or something, or I can change it to some blue. Okay, so just I'm trying to use some color here. So now previously the primary color is blue color, but now what I have done here, I have changed the primary color to some dark, some red color and all. Yeah. So after changing this one, simply what you can do is you can scroll down and you can copy this code. You can copy this code and go to the variable.scss file, and here. So whatever the primary color is there, you can replace this primary color with the new colors. Okay, so you can replace that primary color with this one. And now what I can do here, I can change the color to primary. So now when I change the color to primary, now see here, so whatever the primary color which is there here, previously it was blue color, now the color is changed to some red color. So the primary color is changed to red color here, and my header, whatever the header is there, so for the header I am using the attribute color equals to primary. So whatever the primary color is there, now it is displaying the header in red color. It is displaying the header in the red color now. Okay, so in this way you can change the theme colors which are already defined. So if you want to change the secondary color, go here and then here click on the secondary. So whatever the color you want to use, you can choose the color here. So you can choose some color for the secondary here like this. Okay, you can choose some secondary color. Just you'll get a code here. Just copy this code and paste it inside your variable.scss file. So the secondary color will be changed here. Okay. So in this way, you can change the colors which are already predefined inside the Ionic framework. But now what I want to do is here, instead of changing these colors, what I want to do is I want to define my own color here. I want to define my own color in the theme. I want to define my own color in the theme. So whenever I want to define a own color in my theme, what I would do is here. So here you can go to the Ionic framework theming, and then you can go into the colors here. So inside the Ionic framework docs theming, you can go to the colors. So inside the colors here, you can see. So these are the predefined colors. So how you can apply the color for your buttons, something like that. Already it is given here. In that way you can use the color. But now what I want to do is I want to add a new color to my theme. Inside the Ionic framework themes, I want to add a new color. So when I want to use your new color or your custom color and all, what I can do is here, just what are the color you want to choose, you can choose some color here. You can choose some color here. Okay. So now I want to use this new color. So whenever you want to use the new color here, just copy this one and go to your variable.scss file, and here you can paste this new color. So here I am giving the name as new, so that's why it is generating new. So here if you want to use some color, if you want to change the name also, you can change the name here. If you don't want to use a color name as new, you can change the color as something like some app color, something like that. Whatever name you want to give, you can give any name to the color here. Okay, so for now I'm using the color name as new here. So inside the root file I'm declaring the new color. So this is the new theme color which I'm declaring inside the Ionic framework, inside our project. So this is a new color. Okay, so after adding this one inside the root, next thing what you have to do is, so whatever the color is there, so this has to be defined after the root also here. So after the root, so here you can declare this color. So when you add these two things, then the new color will be added to the theme. Okay, the new color will be added to the theme here. So now whatever the new color is there, so now I can use that new color inside my application. So simply here I can write color equals to new. So when I write color equals to new, now see here. So whatever the new color which I have defined in the theme, so it is applied to my header here. It's applied to my header here. Suppose if you don't want to give the name as new, you can use something like, you can use some name as some app color. You can use some app color also here. Okay, so just change the color. Whatever the color you want to use, you can change the color here, and you can use this app color. So in this way, you can define your own themes inside your Ionic project. Okay, if you want to use the predefined themes, you can use the predefined themes, or if you want to change it, you can change the color of the predefined themes also. But if you don't want to use the predefined themes, if you want to add a new color, you can add a new color like this. So only thing is, in the root file you need to add the colors, and then you have to define this one here. When you define here like this, then only you will be able to use the new color which is added in the theme. Okay, so in this way you can apply the themes for your headers. Basically whatever the color is there, you can apply the color for the header, for the buttons, and for the input field colors, or for the, something like for the card, for the add item, you can apply all those things and all. Okay, so now we will see, so that is about the theming. So next thing is we will see how to apply, how to display the icons. So how to display the icons in the Ionic framework. So when you want to display the icons in the Ionic framework, so simply here, so inside the ion content, so this is ion content is a main tag where your complete code will be displayed here in the web page. So here I want to display the icon. So whenever you want to display the icon, simply you can use the tag ion icon. Okay, already you can use the tag ion icon. Ion icon is a tag to display the icons. Okay, so now, so whenever you want, when you want to display the icon, there is no need for us to download the icon from the some website or something. Ionic itself has some predefined icons. There is some set of SVG icons which are already available in the Ionic framework. So when you want to display the icons here, simply you can go to the Ion Icons website here, ionicons.com. So here already there are some set of icons which are defined here. So simply when you want to display some icon, this one, let us think I want to display this icon. Click on this icon. When you click on this icon, it will give the icon tag here with the name of the icon. So just to simply you can copy this code and you can paste it here. So when you copy paste on this code here, it will display the icon inside our HTML page. So you can see here it is displaying some icon inside our HTML page and all. Okay, the same way, suppose if you want to, basically these are outline icons. If you want to use some field icons, the same thing here. You can choose some icon here, copy the name of the icon and this directly and paste it here. So now it is displaying some icons here. Okay. Okay, so here we are displaying the icons. And next thing is I want to increase the size of the icon. So simply you can write down size equals to large. So by default it will be displaying the medium size for the icon. So you can use, if you want to increase the size of the icon, you can use size equals to large here. So when you use size equals to large, it will increase the size of your icon. Okay, so small, medium and large. For the size is an attribute to increase the size of your icon. Either you can reduce the size of the icon or you can increase the size of the icon here like this. Okay, so along with this one, what I can do is I can give some color also for this icon. So when I want to give the color, there is no need for you to write the CSS. Same like how you are applying the color to your header, we can give some color to the icon also here. So simply what you can do is here you can use the attribute color, and from the theme, that is variable.acs file, you can define whatever the color you want here. Okay, you can go here. So whatever the new color is there, if you want to use our new color, you can give the name as new here. Or else if you want to use the predefined color which is there inside your theme, suppose if you want to use some color here, you can use this color, success. This is the name of the color. Simply you can give the name of the color here. So when you give the name of the color, it will be displayed directly. The color will be displayed for the icon. So in this way you can display the icons, and then you can increase the size or you can decrease the size of the icon, or you can use some colors for the icon like this directly. Okay, so that is about the icons. Okay, so next thing what I want to do is, next we will discuss about the input fields. So how to use the input fields. So when you want to use the input fields, simply what you can do is, so just I'll add this icon, one icon I'll display. So now what I want to do is I want to use the input fields. So whenever I want to use the input fields, so here in the Ionic framework already you have some tag that is called as ion input. So when you use ion input, it will try to display the input field inside your HTML page like this. So see here, I can enter something like this. Okay, I can enter something in the input field like this. Okay, so this input field will have some attributes. So first one is value. So value means the default value that will be displayed inside our input field, like some text. So this is a default value that will be displayed inside our text. So along with that, if you want to enter some other things, you can enter the data here inside the input field here. Okay, so that is value. And next thing is you can have something like, you can use one more attribute that is placeholder. So basically these input fields is used basically something like when you want to enter the name or email, or you want to enter some URL, you want to enter some phone number. In that case, you can use these input fields. Okay, so I can use some placeholder here. Something like I can give some hint for the user. So placeholder is like a hint for the user. So by seeing the placeholder, at least the user will understand like what he has to enter here. Okay, so in this way you can provide some hint for the user. Okay, even with the input field here, we can add some icon here. We can add some icon. So basically we can add some button in the end. So when you click on that button, you can clear the text for the input field also. So in that case, what you can do is simply for the input field, you can use one attribute that is clear input. For the input field, you can use some attribute that is a clear input. So now see here in the For this input field, in the end, there is some, when you enter some text here, what is happening? So here in the end, it is displaying some clear button. So when I click on this one, it can clear the input field here. Okay. So in that way, the same like your HTML input fields, you are using the ion input. If you want to use something like minimum value, minimum length, minimum value, or maximum value, you can use for the input field directly here. So if you want to disable the input field, you can use the disable attribute also here. So I can remove this one. You can use some disable attribute. Disabled. Sorry. You can use the disabled attribute for the input field. So when it is disabled, will not be able to enter any text here. Something like, can use some placeholder here. When it is disabled, you will not be able to enter any text here. See, the input field is disabled here. So in this way, you can declare an input field. Okay. So along with the input field, what you can do is, instead of displaying a placeholder for the input field, we can use something called as a label. I want to display some label instead of placeholder. To display some hint, I want to use a label to display some hint for the user. So in that case, whenever you want to display a label, you can use something called as ion item. You can use something called as ion item. Inside the ion item, you can use the ion label. Suppose some enter text. So below the input field, you can, below the label, you can use the ion input. So for the input field, you can mention something like what is the type of the input field. So based upon this type, it will pop up the keypad. Suppose if you are entering input type equals to number, then the keypad from your mobile device will pop up with some numbers. So giving input type equals to text, then the keypad will pop up with some text and numbers and all. Okay, so you can mention here input type equals to text or number or email, password or telephone number, TEL. You can mention any type here. Okay, so input type equals text here, I have entered. So now see here, there is some label. Besides the label, I can enter some text here, or you can write enter email. Enter email here, type equals to email. Okay, so now here I can enter some email here, like some abc@gmail.com, something like this. So here you can use a normal placeholder to display the hint, or you can use the label. So here the main thing is, one more advantage of the ion label is, you can use some property for the ion label. With that, we can display the label in a different way. Okay, so I will copy the same code here. I'll try to apply some properties for the ion label. You can use for the property, you can use position equals to something like floating. For the ion label, I'm using some attribute that is position equals to floating. When I use position equals to floating, now see here, what are the label is there. So when I try to enter some text here, the label will be animated like this. Okay, when I try to enter something like this, the label is animating. Okay, the label will be animated like this, and you can, when you remove the text, when it is empty, again the label will come down. Okay, you can use some attributes like this. So for the position, you can have floating, or you can have fixed, or you can have stacked. You can have here stacked. Use stacked. Okay, so here for the position equals to floating, directly whenever you are trying to enter some text here, the label is moving above with some animation here. And here the position equals to fixed here. Fixed means your ion label will be fixed here. You can enter some email here like this. Okay, and the next one is stacked. When the position equals stacked, your label will stay above the input field. There will be no animation and all. So here the label will be staying above your input field. In the input below, you can enter some text here. And enter some text in the input field here. So in this way, you can use the input fields and all. Okay, you can use the input fields here like this. Okay, suppose for the input field, I want to display some icon. I want to have an input field, And then for the input field, I want to display some icon in the left side or right side. I want to show the icon. So by seeing the icon, the user will understand like he has to enter some email or password, something like that. So here I can use ion item, and then I can use ion input. So I can mention the type equals to some password or email. Type equals to email, or you can enter password here. Type equals to password, and I can use some placeholder equals to some password. So now here I am displaying some input field with the label here. So I have some ion item. Inside the ion item, I am displaying some input field with the type password and some placeholder. So for this input field, now what I want to do is I want to display some icon here. Okay, I want to display some icon. So simply I can go to the ionic icons. I can search for something like some lock icon. For the password, I want to display some lock here. So simply I can use some lock icon here. So I can copy this icon and I can paste it here. So ion item, ion icon name equals to lock close something. Okay, so whatever the icon is there here, so now by default the icon is displaying to the left side. Okay, so now I want to move that icon to the right side. When I want to move the icon to the right side, simply can write slot equals to end. When you write the attribute slot equals to end, the icon will go to the right side of the input field. Okay, in the same way, when you're displaying to the left side also, you can use slot equals to start. So when you use slot equals start, the icon will be displayed to the left side. Okay, and if you see here for the ion item, what is the ion item is there here? By default, the line is not occupying the complete screen, complete width of the screen here. So now I want to display this line to the basically for what is the ion item is there, I want to display the line completely for the ion item. So in that case, what I can do is here I can use one attribute for the ion item, that is lines equals to full. So here also I can write down lines equals to full. When I write lines equals to full, so now whatever the line which is there below the ion item, that will be displayed to the complete width of the input field. Okay, so now whatever the line is there, it is displaying the complete line for the ion item. So if you don't want to display the lines, so in that case you can simply write down lines equals to none. So when write lines equals to none, now see here it is not displaying any line below the ion item. Okay, if you want to display the full lines, you can use lines equals to full. If you don't want to display any lines, you can use lines equals to none. Okay, but when you want to display the icon to the left side or right side, you can use the attribute that is slot. So when you use slot equals to end, the icon is displaying in the right corner of the input field. And here when you give slot equals to start, the icon is displaying in the left side of the input field. Okay, so in this way you can use the input field with the different types, and then you can use something like some attributes like value, placeholder, minimum, maximum, minimum length, maximum length, and all. And then you can use some ion label for the input field, and then you can customize the ion label with the help of this position attribute. So you can, for the position you can use floating, fixed, and stacked. Okay, and next when you want to display some icon, you can display the icon with the ion input. So if you want to display the icon to the left side, you can use slot equals to start. If you want to display the same icon to the right side of your input field, you can use slot equals to end. So in this way you can display the input fields and all. Okay, so that is how we'll display the input fields. So next thing is we'll try to display some buttons in the our page. So I want to display some buttons in our page. So whenever you want to display the buttons here, so here same like your HTML. In the HTML you have button tag. In the same way for the Ionic framework we have ion button. So with the help of ion button you can display the button. You can use ion button. Okay, you can use ion button to display the button here. Okay, so here this is nothing but some button here. Okay, so this is some default button which is displayed here. Okay, so now what is the button is there? We are displaying some button. So next thing is I want to give some color for the button. So when I want to give some color for the button, so simply what you can do is here you can use the same attribute, that is color, and from the theme you can go to the theme. So whatever the color you want to give for the button, you can give that color here. Suppose I want to give something like some red color, so simply I use color equals to danger. Just you need to mention the, you need to specify the name of the color here directly. When you specify the name of the color, it will display the color for the button. Okay, in the same way I want to give some different color for one more button. So simply here I can choose some different color here, some warning. I'll use some color equals to warning. When I give color equals to warning, now see here the button will be displayed in the yellow color. Okay, so in this way you can display some button and then you can apply some color for the buttons also. Okay, so along with this color and all, we have some extra attributes for the button. So what are the extra attributes we will see. So the first one is expand. So for the expand, basically you can display some button with the full width, or you can display some button like a block. Okay, so you can use expand equals to full or block. So how it will display, I'll show you. So here you can write expand equals to full, and for the second button I can write expand equals to block. Expand equals to full and expand equals to block. Okay, I'll change the color to primary and danger. Okay, primary and danger. So now see here, when the expand equals to full, whatever the button is there, it is trying to occupy the complete width of the screen. Okay, so now it is displaying like a rectangular button with no border radius. So same thing, when I apply expand equals to block here, so the button is occupying the complete width of the screen and there is some small border radius for the button. So that is the difference between your expand equals to full and expand equals to block. Okay, so next we have something like one more property is there, that is round. Okay, when you want to make the borders round for the button, so in that case what you can do is here, so here you have to use an attribute that is shape. So shape equals to, simply you can mention the attribute that is round. So you can combine the properties. If you don't want to use the expand equals to full, you can remove this one here. So if you want to use it, you can combine these properties also. I can write expand equals to block and then I'll write shape equals to round. So when I write expand equals to block and shape equals to round, now see here. So now the button, so whatever the button is there, the button is occupying the complete width of the screen, and then whatever the shape is there, I'm giving some like shape equals to round. So when I give shape equals to round, so there is some border radius which is applied for the button. Okay, now the border radius is applied for the button. If you don't want to use expand equals to block, you can remove this one also. Display a normal button with the shape equals to round. And give some color warning, something like that. So it will display a smaller button. Now the button is not occupying the complete width here. Simply it is displaying some button with some shape equals to round. Okay, so in this way you can use. So next one is, so here whenever I give some color, it is completely giving some background color for the button. But now I don't want to give some background color. This I want to give some border for the button. I want to give some border for the button. So whenever I want to give some border for the button, you have to use one attribute that is fill. Fill equals to outline. You can use one attribute that is fill equals to outline. So for the same buttons, I can use the properties. So simply I can add here fill equals to outline. And here also, and write fill equals to outline. So when I give fill equals to outline, now see here. So whatever the button is there, so it is the color, whatever the color is there, this color is applied to the border for the button. Okay, whatever the color is there, this color is applied as a border for the button. So here I am giving some color equals to warning. So this color is applied as a border for the button. So only thing is whenever you want to display only border for the button, you have to use fill equals to outline. Okay, when you use fill equals to outline, you can display the button with border. Okay, so next thing is I want to display some button with some icons. So button with icon. So whenever you want to display some button with the icon, what you can do is you can display some button here. You can use the same button code here. And then only thing is, so whatever the button is there, inside the button, we need to add the icon. So get the icon from the Ionic icons here. So let us think some login button. So I'll try to get some login button icon here. So you simply inside the button tag. So whatever the tag is there, inside the button tag, you can add the icon. If you want, I can remove all these things. If you want to combine all those things, you can use all those properties also. It's okay. But if you want to use, if you want to just use a plain button, you can use something like this directly. So ion button, and then you can use some icon here. So next thing is for the icon, we need to specify where the icon has to be displayed. Whether the icon has to be displayed in the left side or right side, or in the start or in the end. So simply same like your icons, when you are displaying the icon for your input field, we are giving some slot equals to start and slot equals to end. So in the same way here, you can use slot equals to start, means the icon will be displayed in the left side. Okay, so you can use slot equals to end also here. You can use slot equals to end here. So when I give slot equals to end, the icon will be displayed in the end of your button. And even I can combine these properties also. If you want to make the button to occupy the complete width of the screen, so simply you can write down expand equals to block. Okay, and if you want to give some color, so by default when you are not specifying any color, it is applying the primary color to the button. So simply I want to give some color here. Color equals some dark. When you give some dark color, it will be applying black color to the button. So in this way, you can display the icons also. Okay. So next thing is I want to give some size. I want to give by default whatever the icon is there, it is giving the default size for the button. By default, the button is displayed with the default size. So now what I want to do is I want to give some size for the button. So simply I can write ion button, some name for your text. I want to give some text for the button. So button. Next thing is I can give some attribute that is size. Size equals to, so here you can mention large. So I want to increase the size of the button. So simply now I am increasing the size of the button by giving size equals to large. If you want to reduce the size of the button, simply you can use size equals to small. You will reduce the size of the button. If you want to display a default button, so simply you can remove this size attribute, or you can write size equals to default also. Okay, you can remove this attribute. Now it will display the default size for your button. So in this way, you can use different styles for the buttons and all. So if you want to display a normal button, you can display normal button. If you want to make the button to occupy the complete width, you can use expand. Okay. If you want to apply some the rounded corners for your button, you can use shape equals to round. If you want to display only border for your button, you can use fill equals to outline. And if you want to display the icons, you can use slot equals to start and slot equals to end. Okay. And next thing is here when you want to increase the size or you want to decrease the size of the button, you can use the attribute size, and then you can use the property large, default or small. So here you can use size. For size you can apply the properties. So large, small, or you can use default. So even if you are not mentioning any size, by default it will display the size as a default button. So if you don't mention any size here, by default you'll consider the button as the default one. Okay. So in this one we have seen basically now you have seen like how to apply the theme for your Ionic application and how to display the icons with some color, and then what are the different types of inputs and how to display some buttons. Okay. So that's it, guys. Thank you.